Dada was the son of Awuru, a man whose strength and power were known only to a few. He was a quiet man, strong in ways others couldn't understand, and his son was not like the other boys in the village. Dada, for as long as he could remember, had been slow. While the other children ran and laughed in the fields, planting crops, and gathering the harvest, Dada would fall behind. The village of Boko was a small, quiet place, nestled in the valley between two great hills. The land here was fertile, and the soil rich, perfect for growing the crops that sustained its people. Yet, despite the abundance of nature, there was a certain sadness that hung in the air like a heavy mist that couldn't quite be shaken off. It was a village full of hard workers, strong men and women who woke at dawn to tend to the fields. Look at Dada, he's still behind. Do you think his crops will ever grow? Said Aneo, one of his peers in the village. Maybe the earth knows he's weak, just like he is, said Dongo, another boy. Dada's heart sank with each cruel word. He was never fast enough. Never strong enough. His hands were always shaking, never steady. While the other boys grew tall and strong from the fruits of their labor, Dada's heart grew heavy, weighed down by the constant mockery and the feeling that he would never belong. Dada spent most evenings with his father, Awuru, sitting by the fire, watching the embers flicker and dance. His father never spoke much, and when he did, his words were always filled with mystery. Dada, softly, to his father, "Father, why is it that I can't seem to do anything right? Everyone in the village is stronger, faster. I try so hard, but nothing grows for me. Why?" Awuru, in a quiet, distant tone, "The earth will give you what it knows you can bear, Dada. Strength comes in many forms." Dada would often sit, trying to understand his father's cryptic words. Awuru's wisdom was vast, but his answers were never easy to grasp. He never seemed to see the struggles that weighed down his son's heart, and it felt as if Dada would never truly understand the mysterious strength his father carried. And so, Dada continued on in this way. His heart full of questions, his body full of frustration. The village of Boko carried on with their daily life, hard work in the fields, quiet conversations by the fire, but for Dada, every day felt like a struggle against something invisible, something he could never quite reach. Then came the day when the worst was realized. The neighboring village of Doma had always eyed the crops of Boko, their fertile fields, their abundance. But today was different. This time, they didn't just come to steal, they came to destroy. And as the sun dipped low in the sky, a dark cloud descended upon Boko. "Villagers, they are here. Doma's raiders are here. What do we do now? Villagers, crying our crops. We've worked so hard, and now they'll take it all. What will happen to us?" The villagers scrambled to defend what they had left, but it was too late. The invaders came in waves, their torches lighting the dark sky, their harsh laughter filling the night. The crops were taken, and the rest were destroyed, trampled underfoot, set ablaze by the ruthless invaders. Dada, to his father, devastated, "Father, please. Why don't you fight back? Why are you just standing here? We can't let them take everything." Awuru, calm, almost regretful, "Some battles are not won with strength alone, my son." Tears fell freely among the villagers. It was not just the loss of the crops, they had lost their hope. Their spirits were broken. Dada, for the first time, felt the weight of the village's sorrow. His peers, who had mocked him, now stood together, weeping for what had been taken. Dada's heart was heavy, and his questions only grew. Why could they not defend themselves? Why were they so powerless? The villagers spent the night counting their losses, their tears mingling with the dirt of their fields. But Dada, in the solitude of his thoughts, felt something stirring deep within him. He could not allow this to happen again. Dada, speaking to himself, "I won't let them do this again. I won't be weak anymore." As Dada walked through the village, he could feel something inside him awakening, a spark. Could this be the strength his father had always spoken of? For the first time, Dada felt like something was changing, something beyond his control. And so, the day came once more. The raiders from Doma returned. But this time, Dada was different. The village, though tired and broken, was ready to fight again, but this time, Dada stood at the front. His father, Awuru, stood beside him, silent as ever. Dada, to his father this time, I will fight. I will protect Boko. I can feel it. I have to do something. Awuru, quiet, but proud, I knew this day would come. You are ready, my son? As the invaders approached, Dada's anger flared. He was no longer the weak boy, the slow one. The power within him, the power that had lain dormant for so long, began to surge. He closed his eyes, and for the first time, he felt the earth answer him. Dada's natural dreadlocks, which had always hung loosely around his face, now stood on end, as if charged with the force of nature itself. His body trembled with power. It was as though the land had finally chosen him to be its champion. His skin glowed with a faint, otherworldly light, and the villagers could feel the energy radiating from him. Dada, shouting with newfound strength, I will not let you take from us again. With a roar, Dada's powers exploded. His body, once weak, now moved with incredible speed and strength. The ground trembled beneath his feet, and the crops, those same crops that had once failed him, now surged with life, their roots deepening in response to his will. The invaders faltered. They could not believe their eyes. Doma raiders, in shock. What is happening? Who is this? Dada, now the protector of his village, stood firm. His powers, once hidden, were now fully awakened. He pushed forward, striking down the invaders with the strength of the earth itself. As the invaders hesitated, Dada turned to the brave men of Boko, his voice filled with authority. His dreadlocks, still standing in defiance, swayed with the strength of the earth itself. Dada, commanding men of Boko, we will not let these invaders take our land again. Gather your strength. Stand with me, for today, we fight. And so, the strong men of Boko rallied behind Dada, their hearts burning with the fire of his leadership. Together, they charged at the invaders, their courage fueled by Dada's transformation. They were no longer afraid. They stood united, side by side with the one who had once been weak but now was their greatest protector. The battle raged on, the villagers fighting with the strength of the earth beneath their feet. Dada led the charge, his powers growing with every strike. The invaders from Doma were no match for the combined might of Dada and the men of Boko. One by one, the raiders fell back, retreating into the night. Doma raiders, defeated, we've lost. What kind of power is this? In the end, it was clear, Boko had won. The raiders of Doma were driven out, and the land was safe once more. Dada, the boy who had been mocked, the boy who had once been weak, had become the hero of Boko. His transformation was complete. As the villagers gathered to rebuild, they looked at Dada with awe. The boy they had once ridiculed was now their protector, their leader. Dada stood tall, his dreadlocks no longer just a symbol of his heritage, but of the strength he had finally unlocked. Dada, to his father, humbly, Father, I understand now. The power was always inside me. I just needed to believe. Awuru, proud, with a soft smile, you've always had it, Dada. You just had to discover it for yourself. This village will now thrive, not just because of the land, but because of you. And so, the village of Boko flourished once again, under the watchful protection of Dada, the boy who had once been mocked, but who now stood as their greatest hero. The earth had chosen him. And in the end, it was not just the strength of his hands that made him great, it was the strength of his heart.